Alright everyone, the big news of the day. What could it possibly be? Oh yeah, it's probably that real Donald Trump, the handle on Twitter, is now restored. Elon Musk making good on his poll. He put a poll out the other day and said, should Trump be reinstated on Twitter? And people voted yes in the end, and it was not even close. It was over 15 million people who voted. Yeah, of course there's bots in there and shit like that. I'm sure that there is. Some of which are Leftoid bots voting no. But in the end, he did actually, Elon Musk reinstated Donald Trump. Now, Trump immediately reacted by saying, thanks, but no thanks, I'm going to keep using Truth Social. He does have a legal tie-in with the actual network that anything that he posts has to be posted on Truth Social first anyway. What I would advise Trump to do is not look a gift horse in the mouth. You've just been, there's a huge amount of hubbub over this. You've been restored to a mainline platform that is now under more competent management. At a bare minimum, you should cross-post things to the Twitter account that you're also posting first on Truth Social. Maybe weeding out stuff that would violate TOS. Some of his more recent posts on Truth actually probably would. And cross-post there. It will be a valuable tool in your re-election bid. That's the long and short of it. Otherwise, you're fighting with one arm tied behind your back. And I would advise the other tech firms of the world, Meta, etc., for what little they're generally worth. You are effectively interfering with the 2024 Republican primaries if you keep Trump banned. He is the presumptive nominee of a major party. I would like to congratulate Musk, though, because he kills like 3 birds with 1 stone with this one. Number one, you've got all of Twitter riled up. Well, attention tends to be good when you're running a social media company. And trust me, the leftoids are not going to flee Twitter and start using Mastodon or start using, other, lamestream networks simply because Twitter restores Donald Trump. If anything, I have a feeling that the leftoids are, most of them are just clout seekers. Like Wortman just blocked me, whatever, for pointing out, hey, if you don't like it, the site is ruined. Oh my God, Elon Musk is far right. Why don't you just vote with your feet and leave? It's as simple as that, but these people are clout seekers. They realize that Twitter is the best place for them to put out their outrage porn and get that reach, and so they're not going to go anywhere. Their livelihoods are tied to it in some cases. What the hell else is Brooklyn Dad Defiant known for other than being a Twitter account? Jeff Tiedrick, he's basically just a Twitter reply guy. This is the pinnacle of their careers. They're not going anywhere. Meanwhile, people who left Twitter, who like Trump, etc., MAGA people, will come flooding back onto the platform. You got like a 10-to-1 ratio of people that will be coming back to people that will actually leave. Nobody cares that Whoopi Goldberg left. Whoopi Goldberg was willing to leave Twitter because it's not a major part of her career. She's Whoopi Goldberg. All of the craptivists, they're there for life, basically. CBS News decided to stop posting on Twitter. The site has already improved. That's the other main improvement. Elon Musk hadn't even culminated the poll yet, and CBS said, well, we're going to stop posting on Twitter. We've got some unfortunate queries about the site's leadership. Good riddance. Legacy media never should have been allowed on any of the tech platforms to begin with. YouTube never should have given priority status like to CNN and CBS and shit like that. Should have gone with its own organic user base that was so loyal to it years ago. Well, Twitter appears to be returning to that 2000s ethos of the internet. Now, a variety of points I'd like to make. Firstly, I don't like the idea of generally tying a popular vote via Twitter poll or anything else to whether a person is or is not allowed back on the platform. If that becomes habitual, and this is not like a rare thing that's going to happen, just with really high-profile accounts, like politicians or something, that would be actually worrisome. It should be a more standardized process. That's number one. Number two, there's a second link in the description. Of course, Trump's account is back. He said he won't post on it, but we'll see. I think that he loves Twitter. To be clear, Trump can pretend that he doesn't want to get back on the platform, but I guarantee that there's definitely a temptation there. There's a second link to a poll that's being hosted right now by the LP of New Hampshire. They should get more attention anyway, as generally the most sane posters from the Libertarian Party, more principled. Don't agree with everything they say, but you should follow the account anyway. By the way, you should follow me on Twitter. I've got 103,000 people following me now. It's stratospheric since Elon Musk took over. I wonder why this could possibly be. Maybe I was unshadow banned or something like that. This poll has to do with Marjorie Taylor Greene. You'll remember that her personal account was banned by Twitter too for, I think it was election denial or some shit like that, or medical misinformation. These shouldn't even be TOS on Twitter. They're not necessary. The very concept that those shouldn't be stripped out of the TOS of all tech sites anyway, and we shouldn't go back to like the 2015 ethos, which was, hey, you're not doing anything particularly illegal and you're not being spammy or something, you should be able to use these platforms. It is the de facto public square. Elon Musk, by the way, pointing this out multiple times over the last few weeks. I think that would be regrettable to even maintain that in the TOS. Whether that happens or not, or becomes like, instead of bannable, like there's an election query underneath it. Like YouTube does this with climate change. Has a little infographic down below if you cover certain topics, like vaccination. You'll have a COVID little thing. I think it links to Wikipedia or the CDC or something. All right, that's fine. You know, it's disruptive, it's not really necessary, but you're not banning anybody for having just a pedestrian opinion. I don't like the idea about making it a democratic process to see who is or is not allowed on Twitter. But it is funny. It's good for the platform. Probably 1 million people probably signed back up for Twitter just on the off chance that Donald Trump immediately began shitposting or something like that. It's also important because, think of it this way. Posts made by Donald Trump effectively now are historical artifacts of a presidency, or rather former presidency, honk honk. They should be publicly available, but when the account is completely gone, anything that's not referred to through an archive is no longer there. The context is lost. The historical participation of other human beings with that then President Trump are lost. They're no longer there. Just for data retention and historical, like archival purposes, the account never should have been taken down. And anyway, Trump was banned for spurious reasons. The idea was, you fomented insurrection. We're afraid that he might do it again. Well, he never fomented insurrection. After several years of nonstop investigation, he has not been charged with anything. That is effectively defunct as soon as the House GOP takes over anyway. So if there's no charge, if there's no proof of an actual crime, if that was spurious anyway, I mean, the very claim was ludicrous, why would you then, therefore, keep a person banned, unable, therefore, to even defend themselves verbally on the same platform they were banned off of, over the fear that they might do something? That's like saying, like, if YouTube banned me tomorrow and said, well, Styx hasn't broken any TOS, but he's an edgy dude and we're afraid he might do hate speech at some point in the future. We're afraid he might make a video next week where he's got a full-on clan robe on and starts ranting about the need to lynch brown people or something. You haven't broken any rule, but we're afraid that you're going to break a rule. It's like pre-crime. It's completely against any libertarian principles. I would assume it's against the principles of most principled liberals and conservatives out there, so it shouldn't really be a thing. He should be let back on every platform. Whether he uses them or not is completely inconsequential. The fact that he can access Twitter, I think, is important. I think it shows the improvement of the platform overall. And I really, really love the salty meltdown, the absolute goddamn temper tantrum being had by people on the platform at the moment. Oh, well, Elon Musk rigged his own poll with bots. Yeah, that's really, really likely. Yeah, millions of them, because that's how many you would have needed to tilt it in that direction. Or at the very least, multiple hundreds of thousands. Yes, Elon Musk had Tesla develop a Twitter botnet just in order to justify getting Trump back on the platform, knowing full well that Trump had already said up front months ago that if allowed back on, he probably wouldn't even post. Well, if he's not posting, what the fuck is your problem? You've got leftoids right now pretending to melt down as well because, again, they are clout seekers. They're actually happy about this. It gives them something to bitch about. What would have been a slow news day is now an opportunity for them to say, fuck Donald Trump, and like, you know, whip out their balls and their cock and pretend to be really manly and shit like that. I'm a strong, empowered leftoid. Look at me. I'm about to insult the former president of the United States, and I'm going to say, fuck Elon Musk. Yeah, you impress people. You're doing what people do on Twitter literally all the time. Dude, rambling and saying fuck YouTube was like the thing to do on YouTube itself at the end of the 2000s when they tried to do that, what was it, I can't even remember what it was called, Cosmic Panda or some shit like that. They overhauled the site and made it so messy and unusable for a while that it was less than 6 months later that they repealed that particular decision. It's stylish, it's fashionable, it's hip. Whatever the Zoomers say, no cap for real, man. It's straight bussin' or whatever. They're happy that Donald Trump has been allowed back on Twitter. Just to be clear, a lot of the people that are acting salty, they're just fronting. They're doing that for more clout. They get money doing this, so it makes sense. Poor blue check marks. I'm having a good day so far, can you tell? That's about all. Peace out.